Hi guys, I'm back to another video for Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. In today's video, I just want to give my overall impressions of the recent limited quest that we've got for the spring event, and just some reasons why you might want to consider running it. So the new limited quest that we got recently is called Flurry of Flowers Cleanup Op 24. And basically takes place in Aelio, as you can see here. It's mainly in the Crino Cliffs area. It's very, very similar to the one we got last year, down to it has similar enemies in it as well. This year, we do have the addition of Starless enemies in the quest. The enemy levels are increased to 80, and we've also got, there is some banthas at the end as well, which I can't remember if they featured last year or not. But they're like a special bantha called Petal Storm that have some new attacks as well. Now, reasons you might want to run this, so as a limited quest, you do get the typical kind of limited quest fare from it. So things like the Lucille capsules, you can get most of them from this. You can get your usual gold prim armor 2s, gold prim sword 2. So if you need to stock up on those, you can get them from this as well. In addition, there are a few specific drops that seem quite useful for running this. So I did notice that you do seem to be able to get some of the drops that you get from the Crimson Realm. So, for example, capsules like Wardrow Trial. I know that they can drop in this quest as well, so if you didn't manage to get any from Crimson Realm while that was active, you can still get them from here as well. Additionally, you also get Arms Refiners, Arms Refiner 2s. You can also get some gear such as the new Millennium Round series of weapons, which are a new 9-star set. Now, the Millennium Round series, they actually have quite a good potency ability, so their potential is actually quite strong. Now, they're not going to be anywhere near as strong as some of the 10-star gear, admittedly, but they might make good weapons for using potentially for dual fodder. So if you don't want to create Rayars and Flugel guards for the dual quests, you could potentially go with the Millennium Round series as another option, if you're not going with Verschmelts. So you can get them quite easily from this. You can also get them from the seasonal shop as well. And as this is a seasonal event, you do get seasonal points from this, so you can also use those points to get more Millennium Round weapons from the seasonal shop as well. So that's a few things you can get. Another feature of this quest though is we've started getting this new system called vouchers. So what we get now is whenever we get a special scratch now, what we used to find is that if we had a special scratch, the quests that were associated with it wouldn't always drop the tickets for it, and sometimes it would take a little while to get the tickets. So what SEGA have done now is every time you run this quest, you'll get what's called a SP ticket voucher. And the voucher is essentially, it's basically an item that you can use. They have no use on their own, but you collect 10 of them, and then you can exchange them at the item recycle shop and exchange them for a scratch ticket, so for a full scratch ticket. Now, I'm not certain if regular scratch tickets still drop or not. I've done this quest a couple of times and I didn't get any drop, but it could just be that they're still the same rarity as they normally are. But you do seem to get these vouchers every time. So even if you're not getting the tickets, you can amass these vouchers, and then once you've got 10 of them, you can exchange them for a ticket. Now, unfortunately, I thought this was going to be that you would exchange it for a ticket where you can choose something from the scratch, but it isn't. It does seem to be a regular scratch ticket, so 10 of these vouchers will give you one draw on the scratch. So I think it could be better, but I think it is a reasonable start. I think it's a good idea that SEGA have done, because it does let you at least build towards pulling more on the special scratches if you're not getting the tickets. But before, you were just kind of out of luck if you didn't get them. So it is quite useful for that as well. In regards to the actual quest itself, it's okay. It is quite a fast quest. It doesn't take you long to do. It's not very hard. It is only level 80 enemies. There's a couple of bosses during the quest, but nothing exceptional. It mainly seems to be some starless enemies through the quest for the most part. The end of the quest with the Petal Storm, Bantha and Banshee, they are actually vaguely interesting enemies. They do actually have a few unique attacks, which is nice, but they do kind of dissolve with 8 people, so don't expect it to be difficult. Ultimately, it does seem like the kind of quest that you can spam quite a bit, just to get those vouchers and to build up stocks of supplies. One of the drop that does drop in this actually that I forgot to mention is you can actually get the Defi Phase 4 capsules from this. So as we know, recently there was a new dual quest added with a new boss called Ring Wedge. And as it's a Phase 4 quest, if you want to use Defi capsules for it, you need Phase 4 capsules. Now this quest actually drops the Phase 4 capsules. So rather than forking out for them in either in player shops or through exchanges, you can potentially just run this as well. Now, it does seem to be a bit hit or miss which ones you get. I, on average, seem to get about 1 or 2 Defi capsules per run. So obviously there are 6 different types of Defi capsules, so it will take you a while to get all the capsules that you need by doing this, but it's a good way of topping up any supplies that you've already got. That dual 4 obviously is worth running to, to get the materials to make the new Glangigas mast affix. So I think it is definitely worth running overall. So if you haven't run this yet, I would definitely run it while it's still active. Mainly, as I say, for the scratch vouchers, for the phase 4 capsules, but also just for for general gear such as the Millennium Round series, but also for just to stock up on things like arms refiners and so on as well, if you still need to. So overall, definitely consider worth running it to get materials to do Duel 4. And then I think once you've got the materials to do Duel 4, then you'll probably just transition into running the Duel 4 quest, I would imagine. And Duel 1 quest as well. Reason you need to do Duel 1 is because you'll still need the Formida Fuchsia capsules to make the original Gigas Mast capsule. Because then you need the Gigas Mast capsules to make Gland Gigas Mast. So you're probably going to be running a lot of Duel 1 and Duel 4. So I hope it's been relatively interesting. I just want to do a very, very quick impressions of this quest overall. One final thing on the quest is the music's quite good in it as well. So during the quest, it does play the old Hakura Temple music from PSU, which was nice to hear. I haven't heard that for a long time. At the end, the music does change up, as you can hear now, so it does change a little bit at the end. Overall, it's not too bad. I am kind of looking forward to the next main update for the game, though, because at the moment, it is a little bit quiet in NGS. The update that we've just had on the 20th was literally just a new scratch, so there is no new content essentially this week. I believe the next actual update to the game is on the 27th, which is a new quest. So I'm looking forward to that. I think the game does kind of need it, to be honest. But for the meantime, this limited quest at least gives us something to do. So I hope it's been relatively useful. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking or subscribing. I do Phantasy Star content twice a week. Usually one video is NGS and then the other video is one of the older games, usually PSO. So I do one video midweek, one video on a weekend. I'm also an NGS official creator for PSO2 NGS as well. I also live stream once a week on Sundays on YouTube, which is normally PSO, but occasionally we'll play some other games. So feel free to drop by there as well. Yeah, if you have enjoyed the video, please consider liking, subscribing, or joining as a member. And I'll see you guys in the next one.